LDBC. This is your boy Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show live. Okay, guys. I was asked by Stone Mage. He asked me to give an assessment on Mackenzie Dern not being able to make weight, and just an assessment on her in general. And so I'm going to go ahead and give a quick assessment on what I think about Mackenzie Dern, her future, and a whole lot of other different things. Okay. Um, Mackenzie Dern, her BJJ is on point. Okay, and I watched her first two MMA fights as a professional, and I also watched some of her BJJ tournaments. And you know what, the girl can grapple. I mean, there's nothing. I mean, you can't say it. This girl can grapple. And one thing that I like about her is that she can actually submit you from any area. Okay, if she's got you on the ground, you can better believe that she can submit you at will. And the woman on the screen that she's got the armbar locked in on, that's Kenya Rosas. And I'm going to talk about Kenya a little more in the video to kind of talk about some points that I'm going to make. But Mackenzie Dern can actually, if you get out of a submission attempt, then she can actually transition very, very quickly to submit you from another part of your body. Like her transition time between limb to limb, I mean, it's fast, man. It's like she can rotate off to your knee, put you in a knee bar. Then she can rotate to the ankle and then put you in an ankle lock. And then she can rotate behind you real quickly, man, and then get you in a rear naked choke. And then she can transition from the rear naked choke if she can't get you into the armbar. I mean, if she can't get a rear naked choke, she can transition into the armbar. And then if she can't get you into the armbar, then she can transition into a triangle. I mean, it's like this girl is quick, man. She can go from any methodology of submission, and she can do it quickly. And that's a strength, man. And that's gotta be in the back of your mind if you're a fighter, especially if you're a striker, and you're worried about this girl taking you to the ground. Okay, and if she gets you to the ground, it's a wrap. It pretty much the fight is almost over. Okay, now I'm gonna start talking about some things in this assessment. Okay, about her that I think that they need to kind of take heed to. Okay, number one. Okay, there are a lot of people and simps, a lot of analysts and a lot of simps that they're comparing this girl already to Ronda Rousey. And I'm saying that's a horrible comparison. She is not, her ground game is 10 times better than Ronda Rousey's, okay? Ronda Rousey can't even compare to what this girl knows on the ground. That's just how it is, okay? They're already comparing her to Ronda Rousey. And no, don't be like Ronda, because one simulator that they both have, they can't strike. Mackenzie Dern is horrible on her feet. She is horrible. And I know that's supposed to get better with time. But see, here's the thing, man. And this is what's going to happen. See, you're going to get a very, very good striker, okay, that they're going to be swift on their feet, and they're going to be very, very nimble and agile. And they're going to see this girl coming in because Mackenzie, she rushes in very recklessly, and she's looking for the takedown. And I'm going to tell you, if it's a skilled, like, striker, and I'm start thinking about people in the 115 division that come to mind, like a Joanna Jędrzejczyk. If she try that crap with a JJ, she gonna get kicked, and her lights are going out quickly. If she try that with a Karolina Kowalkiewicz, okay, she's going to sleep. Okay, folks, that's just how it is. Okay, with these upper echelon fighters, trying to get in on them is not gonna be that easy. Especially like she like to change, and she like to drop her head down and rush in. Like she'll try to disguise it with an overhand right, and then she'll rush in. I'm telling y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. She get in there with a skilled 115 pounder, they're gonna take her lights out. Like they're gonna knock this girl unconscious, okay? That's just the way that is. That's something that she gotta correct, man. If I'm her trainer and if I'm her coaching team, management team, I'm gonna make Mackenzie Dern box, amateur box, and kickbox. And I'm gonna have her do that for 2 years. I'm talking about, yeah, she's gonna work her BJJ and keep that stuff fresh in her mind. Nah, this girl finna learn how to throw a proper jab. She finna learn how to slip punches. She finna learn how to roll punches. She finna learn how to gauge distance deception. She's finna learn how to start analyzing the body. She's gonna learn how to start taking a step back, instead of trying to block punches. Look, she's going to be doing all of those things on a regular. And then I'm going to put her in boxing tournament or kickboxing tournaments. I'm going to switch off between the two. I'm going to put her into those tournaments every chance I get. And I'm going to let Mackenzie get in there and get her ass whooped. And you know what? She going to learn. She going to learn the nuances of how to box, how to kickbox. She's going to learn those nuances, okay? And I'm going to do that because, see, don't compare this girl to Ronda Rousey. Because, see, Ronda Rousey, they never took the time to learn how to box. They never took that time to learn how to kick, box, and strike. And look what happens. See, I'm telling y'all, I see the same thing happening. They're going to praise this girl and praise this girl. And they're going to, pump this girl head up. And she going to think that she invincible. And then she going to get in there with a damn striker who can move and get out the way and avoid any takedown attempt. And I'm telling you now, it's over. O-V-E-R. It is over. Okay? And that's what I see. And then, too, you're going to have those people. See, again, in BJJ, it's different. Because when you're in the octagon, it's so many other variables in the octagon that it's not even funny. So, you can take somebody down on a BJJ mat, but in the octagon, that might not happen. Because you got people, they can avoid a takedown. They can avoid a takedown like crazy. You got athletes at strawweight right now that they can defend a takedown better than anybody. And you'll say, yes, Mackenzie Dern is Mackenzie Dern. But you see, we done said that about other people who was good on the ground, and guess what? These people, they are good takedown defenders in MMA. See, it's not the same type of competition that she's fighting on the BJJ mat. It's not, okay? These girls, they're cage savvy. That means they know how to use the cage to their advantage. That means they know how to use the mat to their advantage. They know how to do a lot of stuff. See, it's going to be harder for Mackenzie Dern to take down these upper-tier fighters. The takedowns ain't going to happen like that. Now, against the Kenya Rosas and, these other people, yeah, that's going to be easy. That's easy work. But against these upper-tier fighters, a lot of those takedowns ain't going to happen because you got people, they're very good at takedown defense. And, she's going to have to learn how to use her striking to soften up a lot of these fighters. She's going to have to. Because if she don't, then her takedowns on the next level, see, there's levels to this. Her takedowns are going to go down significantly. And if Mackenzie Dern can't take you down, she pretty much a knockout waiting to happen. That's just how it is. The next thing, Mackenzie, she's too big for 115 pounds, technically. And I think maybe she really did try to make the weight. I just think that she is so heavy in the off season or when, she's not fighting, that it's hard for her to get the weight off. I mean, I'm not being funny, but that that girl ass spread wide. I mean, she got a water buffalo ass down there. And I'm just trying to tell y'all, it's hard when you got that weighing you down and you trying to lose weight. She got to get with a really, really good strength and conditioning coordinator. One that they're good. And see, me, if it were me, I would have her diet, man, scripted. Because there's certain, you can't give everybody the same diet. There are diets for people that they're bottom heavy. Like literally, there are diets for people who are bottom heavy. There are diets for people who are pear shaped. There are diets for, see, you got to give the right diet to the right person, to the right, chemical makeup. And people, they just miss that. They just try to give everybody a crazy diet that they think will work. No, her diet is going to have to be, like maneuvered. It's going to have to be. But it can be done. And two, see, if I'm her trainer, guess what? It's going to be a padlock on the refrigerator. Mackenzie Dern, she look like she like to eat, man. It's going to be a padlock on the refrigerator. You're going to eat when I tell you to. And then I'm going to have her juicing. I'm going to have her juicing probably 3 times a week. I mean, I'm talking about, yeah, I'm going to have her juicing 3 days out of the week. Nothing but pure, fresh juice. You see what I'm getting at with this? I'm going to have her doing that, man. This girl, she'll always make weight. Every last time. And if any of you women, a couple of y'all done reached out to me. If you ever, you're having trouble making weight, hit me up in the inbox, okay? I'm going to tell you now, I can give you a regimen that'll help you lose the weight that you need in time for your fight. I know how to do this. But she is too big. And I think physically, even this, what she tried to do, I think eventually Mackenzie Dern is going to have to be at 125 pounds or she's going to have to be a full bantamweight. She's going to have to because she's too big. You can look at her in between fights. You can tell that this girl, she's a bigger person. And I'm just sorry. I know they want her to be strawweight. This girl going to be a bantamweight. She's going to have to be eventually because she's young now, 23, and the weight cuts are not going to be as bad. But wait till she turns 25 and 26, 27, 28. Man, she's going to have a tough time making that weight. She's going to have to go up to 125 eventually. And then she's going to have to probably be a bantamweight. Folks, that's just the way that is. And now these people, they're comparing her to Ronda. And when you Google Mackenzie Dern's name, You already see her taking off the clothes. Already. I'm just saying, she shouldn't be pushed that far, man. Not yet. Not too hard, too fast, because what's gonna happen, man? If she don't take this heat and learn how to box and kickbox, I'm talking about really get into it and take your lumps like see Ronda Rousey and them they didn't do, the same thing is gonna happen. The exact same thing is gonna happen to her that did to Ronda Rousey. She's gonna get knocked out and it's gonna be unexpected and it's gonna be by somebody that she don't expect to beat her. Because trust me, nobody expected Holly Holm to beat Ronda Rousey. Except for real hardcore fans. Nobody expected her to win. Okay? But what happened? Ronda Rousey got knocked out, and guess what? It was by a striker who had good foot movement, good hip rotation. Okay? I mean, just moved very well. And that's the blueprint to beat Ronda Rousey. If you got a jab, you can circle her to death, you can pot shot and jab Ronda to death, and Ronda is going down. Mackenzie Dern in this fight right here against Kenya Rosas, the problem I see, she beat Kenya Rosas pretty easy. But what I started looking at, I said, you know what? What would happen if 19-year-old Kenya Rosas had a little bit more experience under her belt? Like, what would, you know what? Because Kenya Rosas got hurt. And they were talking about how Kenya Rosas got hurt and survived that fight. That's what they were talking about. But what would have happened if 19-year-old Kenya Rosas, honestly, y'all, if she was probably maybe 23, 24 with those years, I think this fight would have been a lot different. I think this fight would have been a closer fight. I think Mackenzie Dern probably could have lost this fight if Kenya Rosas was even a little bit more experienced. And the reason why I'm saying that is that Mackenzie Dern threw everything at this girl. This girl is a kickboxer. Okay, and I know she's had some kind of experience on the ground, not much. She's a kickboxer. And you couldn't submit a kickboxer. And this girl got heart. Could you imagine if that was really one of the upper tier fighters with a lot of heart? Like, she should have submitted Rosas. Like, I'm almost thinking that she could have had to finish. It wasn't a referee fault. It's just Kenya Rosas kept fighting. But what's going to happen when she gets somebody really aggressive? They're not going to stop fighting. And they're going to get up and they're just as strong. See, I don't think they want to do bantamweight. They don't want to because them girls, they strong. And see, some of those takedowns that happen at strawweight, they're not going to happen at bantamweight. I think it's a bad idea, man, if they start scripting this girl to be a sex object because they're going to build her up. They're going to use her just like they did Ronda Rousey. They're going to get some pay-per-view sales. And they're going to do all of that. And then when she get knocked out, or somebody who fleet of foot actually able to really do a number on her, then she going to go into a deep stage of depression. Everything, because when you riding high, and I've seen it with all these people with the exception of Conor McGregor. They ride high, man. They ride high, and then they get knocked down, and then all of a sudden, guess what? It's nothing. This girl got a bright future. Her future is bright. But, it'll just take the right management team to screw it up, them trying to put this girl on the fast track, and then, all of a sudden, then she'll fall from grace. But if they do if they do that, to get this girl stand up complete, she'll be a complete fighter, and then she'll go on to dominate. I'm talking about in the future, 3 or 4 years, Dern will be dominating. But if they don't take the time to get this girl stand up in check, a really good striker going to put her to sleep. And that, my friends, is my assessment, and that's just the way that is. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. What are you waiting on? Subscribe to the best women's MMA platform on YouTube.